Careful.
Ooh, that's a quad launcher. So good for resetting builds. Yeah, Kiwi's probably looking to disengage exactly. You don't want to stick around a quad launcher. It's just a little too much pressure as far as what it can do for resetting.
Kind of played your hand. Kind of played your hand there if you're Uzi, and I think maybe that was the intention. Pop the quad launcher and say, okay, I got this. Do you really want to deal with this right now? And then both teams just back, or both players just back away from one another.
Right, so like Uzi doesn't want to waste the shots, but at the same time, Armada Kiwi face is like, yeah, you know, I don't want to fight this either, so let's go ahead and back off here. Good call for both of them.
But if Kiwi did want to push that, he had the grapple hook, so if he wanted to push that and fly up and try and test his luck, I mean, there was a possibility, but I think, again, game one, you don't really want to risk it for the biscuit this early.
And to be fair, Grappler's great, but when you have something that can just destroy all the builds you're going to catch onto, that's that. Oh, and here's Funk Bomb. Not in a great situation. We talk about the quad launcher being so good. Doesn't matter how you... Oh, gosh. Funk Bomb gets shot in the back by Vicaros. He's going to take this one from Pistola. That would have been a point for him.
A good old-fashioned third party. Is Vicaros actually going to challenge him? You have J-Love there, too. And I do want to also give an update. Aiden now has 1 point. He had gotten to a battle, didn't see what it was, but you can only imagine it was near tilted. And he got super low. I think it was around like I would say like 30 HP on that fight, so really risky for Aiden, but he was able to come out on top. And as all this is going on over here, J-Love now has 1 elim in.
I just wanted to take a look at that map really quickly, but here it is. A little bit of a battle from Macwood's perspective.
Oh, what a scrappy fight.
Go for it with the pickaxe. He was so close.
What a scrappy fight there, Monster. Just not what you want to see when you're cooped up in those situations. That's so rough.
Man, if you're Aiden, you're like, dude, I almost got pickaxe down. Like, that was actually pretty gutsy. Crazy play right there.
And as we mentioned before, 1 point for Aiden. Players who have points now, Aiden, Chap, and Pearl have points. And Pearl, we really did not touch up on yesterday at all. And I remember going through the notes, and there has been not a lot of information on that player.
You know what? Every dog has his day, and at the same time, you have to understand that some days you're just not going to be at your peak. If today's his peak, he might just be one of those wild cards that just comes out on top. Yeah, with 3 eliminations in the first round or the first game of these finals, that is huge to get a point this early.
Very big, and it kind of goes in football, right? Any given Sunday, you never know what's going to happen.
Exactly.
Same thing here. Any given day in Fortnite, you can have the game of your life or the worst game you could possibly imagine. But now, you're going to get a little 1v1 scuffle here between, what is this, Coid and Dubs.
Yeah, Dubs is, he wants the battle, but at the same time, you just hear all of the Stormwings in the air. He's probably playing it just a little more cautious than he has to. And also, he's hugging the storm line, so you got to be careful for other players rotating in this late.
Both players are just so cautious. They don't want to expose themselves and give something up.
Yeah, it's such a different meta nowadays. Playing low ground in the past used to be like, oh, you know, there's no way you can win this. Not anymore, man. The one pumps are back. And look at that. Low ground is victorious, just being patient here. Our Dubs is going to get caught off guard.
And Dubs, he's running away from this. He's going to have to defend himself. He's going to be in the open, and Cold's going to have that position. Just got to be careful. Doesn't want to get shot from behind.
Interesting take right there. He kind of faked the push, which worked. He has 2 Rift to goes. Jeez, this man has a lot of mobility, to say the least. Hand cannon in his arsenal as well. He's going to get blocked out here. He's going to be able to make jump play, and it is. This play is so flashy, but so clean if you can pull it off. Yeah, he decides that it's a little too high for him. He's going to bring it on down.
And go down he will. If he does want to use that Rift to go as well, he has 2. He can get rid of it, but Cold's going to go for the shot. Send Dubs to 72 HP. Another shot goes in, though. Cold's going to eat that one. Not a lot of damage. His Dubs now wants to get this control.
He owns that wall right here. He's got to kind of sneak on out. Dubs just showed that he can take that high ground and bring it to you. Can't fire down. You know he's not going anywhere anymore.
He's going to have to play that defense. What does Dubs do here?
Both of these guys are in dangerous territory right now because they can get one pumped either way.
And Cold was smart to throw down the campfire there because he brought himself back up to 100 HP. Meanwhile, Cold will not get any of those benefits. He was still trying to get control, get into that wall. So having that utility really helped him out. If he does want to use the minis, he has 2 to be able to use it. And the Stormwing shot him down. May have thrown things off, though. He eats another shot that's going to put him at 98 HP. Does he use the Rift to go?
Crazy battle here. It's getting so close.
Does he use it?
He thought about it. R-Dubs actually gets hit by the Storming for Whites there. You know they're not going to give it up anymore.
And Cold obviously has no idea that that's happening, but the Stormwing flies on in.
That's
what?
2 Stormwings looking to get in here.
Rifted.
Oh, he actually just barely missed that. If Dubs would have even had a slight impact from a Stormwing, he was gone as well.
That was like an episode of Star Trek, you know? It was like, beam me up, Scotty, beam me up. And he finally beamed him up at the last possible moment. Dear
so
me.
Intense. Cease making his way up to the 3 elimination threshold as well. Ghost Aiden somehow was eliminated. Might have been by Cease because suddenly he is at the top now, leading in eliminations. And there's so many players approaching that threshold here. You even have players like Outlet Live from yesterday who managed to win a game and you know, come out in the top 10.
I was having a really good time seeing Outlet play. He approaches the game with just the gusto that you would hope a player like him would do. Like he challenges fights. He goes for the things that he needs to, whether it's the Infinity Blade or he'll take advantage of any of those opportunities that are presented to him. We'll see if he can get that first point. For Aiden, though, I think mission accomplished. Game 1, you just got a point.
Oh, yeah.
So not bad.
Oh, yeah. To get a point in a competitive format like this, it's huge, especially early on. It's a sigh of relief. Think about it. If you can net worth even on average a point or 2 every single round, within 5 games, you're going to be at the top. And actually, we have 6.
Ooh, 50 players left. The Storm collapsing. There's going to be 2 crates that will be up for grabs in the zone, and the zone actually going toward that western portion of the map, the new circle going to the western portion, a little bit in that icy area, just right outside of it, in front of Shifty Shafts. So a lot of open area, and I'm looking too, there is some unique high ground there as well.
Man, Tweefo gets chunked down by a heavy AR shot on his rotation out. It was Gangsees who made a quick play on him, and I don't think he's too happy about that. He's now doubling back, looking to get a piece of this action. He's got to be careful.
Those are the things you just don't want to see happen.
Well, get a load of that. He had a
he
big
knew that
pot,
was
just
there.
kind of sitting behind, probably from an elimination he picked up or something like that.
And if he can get Cease or even Vicaros, who's a little further out, if he can get any of these players, that'll give him that plus 50 HP bonus that has been so awesome to see players take advantage of. Pushing fights.
Going with a big ATV rotation right there, trying to get across the sky. But Cease opting in to go with the super last-minute rotation on the Storm line. He's going to hug the Storm on his way in. These are the make-or-break decisions that will really shape the way the game ends up.
Is that considered old school now? The quad rotations, right?
Old school? Right, yeah. He's on a classic rotation.
Back in my day, we used to rotate with the quad crash.
Just tilt it back and just hammer out.
Yeah, I practice in the playground all day long.
I can't do that, by the way. Like, I'm no good at it.
I think I managed to do it a couple times, but some of these guys just do it so effortlessly. Hey, I envy that.
For me, it's one of those, I know what I'm supposed to do, but going and doing it is a different story. If we would have had him land on that would have been a crazy play. And it looks like Chap is under some serious pressure. Stinker nearby. He does not have the health to withstand another tick. Or 2, really.
He's got good weapons, though.
Ammunition super weak here, though. This is not where you want to be. I like the fact that he is holding a ton of grenades, though. These are going to come in clutch soon.
And it'll be really frustrating to deal with on the rotations, because you're building out, thinking, okay, cool, I'm gonna just set myself up this little hallway, and I'm just gonna continue to run forward, and then you hear the nade, you hear the nade start to trickle on in, and then you're just thinking to yourself, this sucks. What am I supposed to do against these grenades? They just blow up everything.
And the thing about grenades too, there's no cooldown on them. You can just back to back them. That's how you catch players off guard and really break them down. Let's talk about players alive here. 47 players remain. Yesterday, we were chilling around that 30-ish mark, but when you're talking finals, a lot more on the line.
You're going to
People
get
are
that.
being a bit more passive.
You're now in that area where you're going to get that circle that's moving, and Sap is going to find a player in front of him. He's going to hit him for some blue damage. That's shields. That's
great shield damage right there, and I think the player next door kind of caught wind of that. Yeah, he's looking to get into this battle as well.
I
love when these players do this. They fire right back, challenging you when they know you have to reload.
Very smart. You heard that grapple, too. That was Vinny who grappled in. Only has a gray assault rifle. Ripmate, didn't talk a lot about him yesterday, but he's going to be in the top 50 here. Pistola, Zexro, some big names are going to be all right next to one another as they get ready for the storm to move.
This is a huge cluster here. No one wants to get caught off guard. There's storm wings in the air, so you know players are going to be landing down. I think we saw Chap for a second there recycling planks for rotations. For Kairos doing the same thing. And that's how players that end up rotating late take good advantage of not wasting any materials on a free rotation.
Chap will have to play this one steady because he has 50 HP max with the shields and the green HP at the bottom.
If I'm being honest, I'm surprised Chap hasn't opted in wasting or using one of the mini shields for 8 HP. That could be a huge difference in a shotgun battle.
Yeah, you're right.
He has it, but I don't think he realizes he's just in that position. But
I think you're just so worried. You're so worried, right?
He needs an elimination soon.
Does have a point to his credit. So mission accomplished for game 1. As you see the format there, 3 to 4 eliminations get you 1 point. 5 to 6 get you 2 points. And no one has hit that 5 to 6 territory quite yet. J-Love takes out Cease, Uzi takes out Hydra.
There it is, and just previous to that, it was 2 minutes and 28 seconds before someone was eliminated. So it's Uzi and Hydra who end up getting into a little bit of a scuffle on this rotation, which now, Storm Wave 6, everyone's going to have to constantly move against the storm.
An elimination update, Kaizui actually, or Kaizui, excuse me, has 4 eliminations, 1 more, and he'll get 2 points. Big win for him if that's going to be the case. We'll put him above everybody else thus far in the lobby. Still, though, so much more to play as the storm is starting to move and establish its position.
Oh, and you see that little icon to the right-hand side? That is the Storm Surge. With 38 players remaining, if a player ends up at the upper bracket of not dealing damage to players, so you have to fight, they are going to start taking damage. And players know if they're on that Storm Surge bracket, excuse me.
Oh.
Here it is, Kaiyuzi, 988, over 1,000 now above the damage threshold. So he is totally fine. He's our actual elimination leader here.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. He's going to have 4. He has the most elims. He has the most damage dealt. But he has to stay alive. Rux is going to be right next to him. Everyone's starting to move as the storm pushes them further together.
Yeah, let's talk about that rotation right there. You have Enly Lanane trying to play the high ground, getting pressured out from the backside of the storm. Kaiyuzi has a nice, comfortable lead on the storm here, and now he's getting pressured as well, but he has a rift to go in case things get crazy, and that's exactly what happens. He gets shot in the back. He decides now it's time to go floating.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to pull that trigger and recognize it. You said this yesterday, that having the rift to go in the late game, so awesome to be able to use.
Take a look at Chap right next to an enemy. He cannot get tipped again. That's what he needed.
He gets the elimination, but he's got to go under. He's got to go under, and he's not going to be able to stay alive, and Chap will fall. But so many players have been eliminated from match 1 just off of this rotation alone. And Kaizui, he's going to be in a rough spot now. Outlet live on your screen here as he's defending on the high ground. He has the highest position, the essential, the eye in the sky, if you will.
Yeah, and those stinkers are going to come in and put a little bit of pressure, but there's a player trying to battle him here. It's Emad and Lisserin trying to get this high ground. They want to fight for the top area to get that first win in game 1 of the finals here. Outlet showing that he can win these games.
Lisserin did not stand a chance. His Outlet was able to get control of that, picks up the slurp juice. That's going to be huge. Has to get out of this one or else he's going to eat some damage.
Yeah, Outlet forgetting that was not his plank there, so good play on him to quickly react and break it down. That's a point for him. Next person to go down is going to make it a top 10, so everyone is looking to survive right now.
Outlet has 5 eliminations currently, and Kaizui also picked up 5 eliminations. These 2 players going huge right now in match 1. Next storm is about to be established.
Kaiyuzi is on the hunt here. He wants more action. He's got someone pinned down.
And this is it. It all comes down to this. Oh, the pressure is on. We only have a few more remaining. 6 players left. Monster
Outlet is on no materials now. It's time to start the decline, and here it is.
Oh,
what a shot!
Tyler did not stand a chance there, and he drops down. Outlet's going to take so much damage. He will have that slurp if he needs to use it, but he's going to just get bodied by Legedien at the end there. It's going to leave us with 2 players with the Infinity Blade, and it will be Legedien with 7 eliminations. And we didn't see the Infinity Blade.
Royale.
We didn't see the Infinity Blade for a good portion of that game, and it just pops up out of nowhere. What the heck?
Someone must have been holding on to that, and then suddenly the Infinity Blade comes into play. 7 eliminations, the highest threshold for elims that you can get as far